out of AT&T. Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's call the meeting to order for April 23rd, 2019 for Polk County at the Polk County Courthouse. It's 10 o'clock. If you have not done so already, would you please turn off or mute all your cell phones and pagers. And at this time, we would ask that Sean Ferry with Pine Forest Baptist Church lead us in prayer.
Father God, we thank you and praise you that we live in a country where we can come together, we can voice opinions. And I pray right now for each one of these commissioners that you would give them wisdom and discernment throughout this process, that you would guide their steps in everything that they do. And I pray that you will bless this time, that will honor you, and that you would just be present in every person here, guiding and directing every conversation, that your will be done. We love you, Lord God, and I thank you for this court and the opportunity to be here. In Jesus' mighty and holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. You're more than welcome to join us. Madam Clerk?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, ma'am. Has anyone signed up for public comment?
I didn't receive anything.
Very well. Okay, item number 3, informational reports. We do not have a scheduled informational report, but do we have any elected officials or department heads that would like to comment? Yes, sir?
Okay, just to inform the court in regard to vehicles that we ordered, approved by the Commissioner's Court back several months ago with a 90-day turnaround on vehicles. We haven't received anything in regard to those. Captain Sanders has been in contact with Caldwell Chevrolet, and the vehicles that we ordered is not even in production yet. So, and he says that the trucks that we ordered would be a 2020 instead of a 2019. And he advised us to call back in a month to find out where these vehicles are, to see if we can get this started. So there's a delay. Don't know when they'll have these things ready. I just want to inform the court that we're waiting patiently on those vehicles.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Appreciate it, Sheriff. Anybody else?
Jay, could you give us an update on the sprinkler system over at the library?
At the museum, sir?
Mm-hmm.
They're currently there right now. I met with them on Friday and discussed where we're at on that. And they've got the back section. There's just a small section that they've got to finish. They're hoping to finish it this week is what they told me, and then we're going to run through and do one check and reset everything, and they'll plot it on a little map for us to keep from hitting and all. And then we've got some dirt work we're going to do with them after they finish it. But we're hoping, according to them, they said they'd finish it this week. Of course, they said they'd be there yesterday morning, and they made it today, so that's kind of where we're at.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Anybody else? Okay, item number 4, new business consent agenda. You have some addendums on B. Addendum number 1 in the amount of $5,844.34. Addendum number 2 in the amount of $16,129.66. And addendum number 3 in the amount of $137,112.23. Are there any items on the consent agenda that anybody would like to pull? Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Vincent, second Commissioner Willis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 5, consider approval of personnel matters as follows. Review and consideration of personnel action form requests submitted since the last meeting and review of any authorized emergency hires. We have 4 emergency hires, and that's in the jail and the sheriff's office. And all the listing of the PAS were in your packet.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Overstreet. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, discuss and consider any and all necessary action relating to request from Man Eye Center to extend the current lease agreement terms through September 30th of 2020. Commissioner Purvis and Commissioner Overstreet.
We met with them last week and agreed to, 75 cents?
75 cents.
And for one more year. And at the end of that year, we'll go back out for bids. But out there, we're waiting to see kind of which way they go. We're talking about maybe trying to relocate or something like that. We also, I think we, as we're talking about that building, we might look at what services are being provided from the current tenants over there, and just think about in the future maybe liquidating that building, because I don't know what all's going on over there. I'm hearing different things that they're not, people having to drive to Lufkin and different things like that. So something to think about.
So you want us to review the services?
Yeah, review the services of the tenants in that building is what we need to do.
Okay.
Obviously, we know what Man Eye Center's doing, but the other tenants over there, I'm hearing some flack about people having to drive out of town to get things done. So why are we
Providing that space
and maintaining that building if they're not going to provide the full services they're supposed to for our citizens?
Okay.
So it's something to look into.
So you want to bring that as a motion in a second, the 75 cents per square foot?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So motion in a second, Commissioner Overstreet, Commissioner Purvis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, receive and take any necessary action regarding the 2020 budget adopted by the Polk Central Appraisal District on April 9th, 2019. You have a copy of the cover letter and of the 2020 adopted budget, which reflects the 5.6 increase from the previous year and takes our allocation to $444,452.33. This is just basically saying we agree, since we did not voice any opposition to the previous listing. Can I have a motion?
So,
Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Purvis, Commissioner Vincent, excuse me. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, consider Precinct 1 Constable Scott Hughes' request for approval to expend asset forfeiture funds for the purchase of a laptop computer, cell phone, and data subscription air card relating to the Southeast Texas Export Investigation Group activities. Basically, under Chapter 59 in the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 59.06, the court has to approve expenditures, and they have to have basically a budget. And so we would like for the court to consider a not to exceed limit of $3,000, which Constable Hughes feels like would be appropriate.
so moved.
Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Purvis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item number 9, discuss option to amend the Big Sandy School Resource Officer Agreement related to salary or cost. We can leave it as it is since we just got started, or we can go ahead and amend it since the 4-year term was, the original estimate that we were given for the vehicle was $52,000. And we have discussed it with Eric Carpenter, the superintendent of Big Sandy, and he's okay with either amending it or with just leaving it as it is and picking it up on the end. So whatever the court would like to do.
Whatever's easiest.
Whatever's easiest. We can leave it as is and then just pick up the difference at the end.
That's fine. Motion approved.
Motion to approve to leave as
As
is,
is.
Commissioner Overstreet. Second, Commissioner Vincent. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10, consider approval of items pertaining to Texas Historic Commission Courthouse Restoration Planning Grant to include a historic preservation purposes for the Polk County Annex on the courthouse square. We put a little bit of information in there for you. Milt Purvis and I reviewed some of the information. Our original grant for the courthouse was in the amount of $450,000, which was a 50-50. So basically, we had committed $450,000 for the planning grant. Then the state increased it to $736,638 and took it to a 70-30. So basically since Komatsu was already here, then it would save us some money to go ahead and do the planning and stabilization of the annex building over here without any additional costs, since we had already committed $450,000, and now that amount has been reduced for us. So, do you want to bring that as a motion?
I make the motion.
Okay, motion Commissioner Purvis.
Second.
Second Commissioner Overstreet. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Very well. Item number 11, receive letter of resignation from Jack Bobinger as museum curator and take any and all necessary action regarding the Polk County Memorial Museum operation and staffing. This has the full support of the Polk County Historical Commission members, and all of them feel like it's in the best interest of the museum. The Polk County Historical Commission members would be willing to assist us until we can get someone else in that position, but none of them were available this week because they are hosting the state regional meeting at the Alabama Coshada Tribe this Saturday. So after that, they would be available. So how would the court like for us to proceed? It looks like we need to go ahead and post it. Do you wish to post it immediately?
Yeah.
Be fine.
Okay. And then, I guess we can just hire someone from Labor Pool. There is a lady in Labor Pool that has worked at the museum a lot, and so we will just get someone from Labor Pool to cover the building for now. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am, works for me.
Should we get it worked out?
Very well. Can I have that in the form of a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Overstreet.
Oh, so when we go out, when we post this, so we'll let the commission, they'll interview and then we'll interview too? Or-
Yes, sir. We'll follow the same process that we did before, since
let
it's
them
a
interview.
partnership. Is everyone okay with following the same process that we did before? That's kind of a partnership, and so then, since they're the ones that work more closely with that individual, then
Okay.
it seems worked out fine the first time.
How long do you want it posted for?
That's kind of a specialized skill set, and so I don't know that we want to put an end date on it. What do the rest of y'all think? I mean,
Just do it until Phil.
until filled? Is that okay? Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Overstreet. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Very well.
Motion to adjourn.
Commissioner Overstreet, motion to adjourn. Overstreet and Purvis.
10:14.
10:14. Thank you, ma'am.